formula any problems in getting the answers? Alright, okay, great. Then today we will do chapter 1.3. Okay, that is on our fractional equations. Algebraic fractions. So algebraic fractions are just simply fractions such that your numerator and denominator, okay, they are in your algebraic expressions. Okay, so it could be numbers, but one of them is probably an algebraic expression itself. Okay, then in lower set what we have learned, okay, when it comes to algebraic equations that involve fractions, okay, they reduce to equations. Now we're going to look at things that can reduce into quadratic equations. So let's just start off by looking at practice now 7. Okay, looking at 4 over p equals to p minus 3. So the technique itself is something that we have already learned when we were in lower set. So what will you have done when you have an equation that looks like this? You would multiply p, okay, or we can understand as cross multiplying, okay, for some of us. Noticing that p minus 3 is actually p minus 3 over 1, okay. So, but you can see it's multiplying p over. So what we will get is 4 equals to 2p minus 3 times p. Something to take note of is that we should put brackets around the 2p minus 3. Okay, because we are going to do our expansion to get 2p squared minus 3. So with the equation 2p squared minus 3p equals to 4, we are actually having a quadratic equation as such. For which this equation can't quite be solved by factorization. Okay, so we just need to apply our formula that we learned yesterday. So maybe some of you will still identify A, B, and C first. Then P equals negative B plus minus B squared minus 4AC divided by 2p. Okay. So 3SF answer, that will be what you can get. Questions? Not that challenging, huh? It's something that we actually are familiar with. Just that now we have to apply our formula. Alright? Let's do one more. plus 2 over 3 minus x equals to 5. Okay, what would we do? Any ideas? Anyone? How would you do? Make the denominator the same. Okay, so how would you make the denominator the same? Cross multiply. Okay, we keep our cross multiplying idea to when it is a single fraction equals to a single fraction. So this is cross multiplication. Okay, we should avoid thinking about cross multiplication like that. Okay, so we're trying to make the denominator the same. Yes, right? Take out something. Take out something from the first one. Take out what then?
Take out the negative from the second one.
Take out the negative from the second one. Why do you want to intentionally do that? In order to get minus x minus 3, huh? See? Is that what you want? What's the purpose of doing that? Okay, so I want us to think about what we have done previously when we were in lower sec. Okay, we have definitely encountered something like maybe 2 over 3x plus 5 over 6x. Okay, equals to maybe 7. I don't know whether it's solvable or not. Right? How will you make the same denominator? What will the denominator be? 6x, right? Okay. Why 6x? It's because 3x and 6x, the lowest common multiple is 6x. Right? But what if instead of 6x, I give you 7x? What will we choose? 21x. And 21 because it is the lowest common multiple between 3 and 7. Okay? Whereas in this case, in algebraic form, it may not be that easy for us to see our lowest common multiple. So the natural choice that we will go for is to so-called multiply the 3 and 7 together, like what we did here. Okay? To get our x plus 6 and 3 minus x as the denominator. Our common denominator to be x plus 6 times 3 minus x. Okay? So that will be the lowest common multiple of two fractions. Any questions? Yeah? So then, and combine it into a single fraction if you like to. In fact, you should at some stage. I also expanded the numerator. Okay, while I'm at it. Then after that, at this stage, we have a single fraction. Okay, whole number is also a fraction, so called because the denominator is over 1. Okay, so in this case, we are able to do our cross multiplication, right? So 3 plus 12 is 15 plus x.
Which one? 2 over 6. What is
okay. Then after that, we expand this. Because now we have 15 plus x. So I shifted everything to the left. Okay. Questions? Anyone not convinced of anything? Please check your answers. Okay, are we all done with the questions? No? Okay, maybe you need more time, but could I just say a little bit about these two parts first? Okay, just to get your concepts right. Right? In part C, okay, we have 3 over n minus 2 minus 1 over n minus 2 squared. I'm not sure whether how many of you have that misconception of thinking of trying to multiply the two denominators together just like what we did earlier on. Okay? We shouldn't be multiplying the two denominators seek for the common denominator. Why? Because that is not the lowest common multiple. Okay? So between n minus 2 and n minus 2 squared, we observe that it is similar to having a denominator of 2 with a denominator of 4. Okay? Such that we go for a common denominator of 4 is the n. Right? And that is because 4 is actually 2 squared. Right? And then we get n minus 2 squared. Okay? But then we got to be careful that it is not about taking the numerator and denominator to square it. Okay? Making equivalent fractions, we actually multiply by the same factor. So you think about it, half is equals to 2 over 4. Correct? Okay? 2 times 2 gives us 4. Right? But, and then 1 times 2 gives us 2. If your misconception is to think that we're trying to square top and bottom, that means that the answer should actually be 1 over 4, which we very well know that is not true. Okay? So it is not about taking square in the numerator and taking square in the denominator. It's about multiplying by the same factor. And that factor is n minus 2. Okay? So we need to be wary about that. Okay? When we do our combining of fractions. Whereas in part D, okay, some of you struggle a little bit. 1 minus 4t squared, you need to think hard. How does it compare with 1 minus 2t and spot some similarities? Okay, so 1 minus 4t squared should ring a bell to you to see that it's 1 squared minus bracket 2t squared. Okay, such that you can do your a minus b times a plus b, because a squared minus b squared is your a minus b, a plus b. Okay, and that will then help you to seek your common denominator. Okay, then the rest of it I think should be fine unless you get some calculation mistakes out of carelessness. Okay, any questions? Okay, if you are done, right, maybe just to challenge those that are done already. Okay, think about how to solve